Hey, good morning, family. It's me once again. It's Pastor Key with another installment of The Way Up with Pastor Key. Have you ever been driving down the road and you heard that boo 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 noise? Heard that noise where the road was telling you that you have gotten off the road or on the shoulder of the road, or that you were switching lanes, or you were between lanes, letting you know that you were out of order. Can I say it like that this morning? Those warnings in the roads was letting you know that some way, somehow you had swayed, you had moved off of the path that you were supposed to be on. And most times what we find is that we had been distracted by something that was either in the car with us or that we saw on the side of the road. Something that had distracted us and caused us to get off course. And can I tell you something, that we've been distracted for a long time in our lives? When you think about it, you've been distracted for a long time, because when you were a baby, most times what your parents would do, because they didn't want to hear you crying, was that they would take some type of item. They would give you a toy, a bear, or maybe even your bottle, something to keep you distracted and keep you from crying. But as you got older, when those things didn't work anymore, they would place you in front of the TV. They would put you in front of the TV, let you watch Sesame Street or Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, or maybe something like Barney or Blues Clues or JJ the Jet Plane. They put you in front of that. Older, those distractions, they didn't work anymore. And so what they would do is they put you in front of Nickelodeon or the Disney Channel or maybe MTV or BET or something, ESPN, whatever it was, to keep your attention, to keep you distracted and out of their hair. They put you in front of. And can I tell you something? What has happened is, over the years, the distractions have become greater and greater. We've looked for more and more distractions in our lives to keep us occupied, to keep our attention. But what I've learned is that what the enemy has done is that he's put our distractions and used distractions to draw our attention into the wrong direction. Check this out. What the enemy has done, distractions, he's used those distractions to take away and to remove important things from our lives. He's come in and he used the distractions to take away our personal relationship. He used distractions to attack our family relationships. He used distractions to come in and to mess up social and career relationships. And then he's also used distractions to come in and to cause issues in our spiritual relationships. And so distractions have been introduced by the enemy and used to bring about basically destruction in our personal lives, destruction in our family lives, destruction in our community lives, destruction in our spiritual lives. He has come in and he's used destruction not only distraction to destroy, but he's also used distractions to steal from us, to steal our marriages, to steal our children and our families, to steal our neighborhoods and our communities, to steal our churches and our homes. He's come in and he's also used the distractions to kill our hopes, to kill our dreams, and to kill our future. He's tried to do all of these things. He's tried to use distraction to take away what God has intended for our lives. Can I just remind you of something? And I hope that you caught what I was saying, that he tried to use distractions to kill, steal, and destroy. But can I share something with you this morning? A distraction is a distraction as long as you allow it to be so. You must make the decision that you will no longer allow this thing or this person to be a distraction in your life. You can't let it be a distraction anymore. You got to take the power away from the distraction. You remember how you could no longer be distracted by a bottle or by a bear or anything like that. As you got older, those distractions had to change. And so what the enemy has done is that he's used different distractions to cause us to fall and to cause us to be led astray. And so what he's done is introduce different things in different phases of your lives to cause you to be distraction. But let me help you this morning. How can you get rid of distraction? How can you deal with distraction? First off, baby, you got to start your day with prayer and meditation. You got to put yourself before the master. You got to put yourself in a position where you're praying and seeking God's guidance throughout the day. You're seeking his direction. You're seeking God to give you the clarity of those things that have been concerning you, those things that have taken away your peace. That's the first thing you got to do. But then you got to also identify the distraction. Find out where that distraction came from. What is the basis of that distraction? What is it? A person? Is it a thing? Where did that distraction come from? And you got to take that distraction and you got to remove that distraction out of your way. Maybe that distraction, maybe it is a bad habit. Stop going back to the bad habit. Stop going back to that thing or that person. If it brings you harm, if it brings you pain, then leave it alone. You need to find yourself moving past the bad habit. habits. But then you also got to remove those things in your life that have been cluttering your mind. You got to clear your mind. Turn off those things that fight for your attention. If it's your cell phone, if it's Facebook, if it's Twitter, if it's Instagram, TikTok, emails, whatever it is, you got to remove those things out of your life so that you can focus your attention on what it is that God is calling you to do. But then also you need to have a plan for the day. Write out the plan that you have for the day. Okay, what is it that I need to do? What is it that I need to do to bring forth on this day? That you got to have a plan for the day. But then you also have to have the right attitude. Have a right attitude. Keep cool when things get rough. Keep cool when things get tough. You got to have the right attitude and look and remember why it is that you are excited about this day, and your attitude ought to be a reflection of who you're serving, and that is God. But then focus on where you're headed and not where you've been. Say it again, Key. Focus on where you're headed and not where you've been. The things behind you had helped you to get to where you are now. You learned the lesson, and now you got to go and apply the lesson that you learned. Now you got to go forth and know that you know what, there's something greater in front of me. I will not be distracted. You got to learn to deal with distractions. Stop allowing distractions to have place in your life. So the message and the lesson for today is that you can no longer have distractions in your way. You got to learn to deal with distraction. All right. Well, be blessed on the day. I hope this little word helps somebody and that it helps you to just, refocus yourself and get back on path and do what you need to do with your life. All right. Remember, you got to deal with distractions. Amen. All right. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you